Good evening and welcome to tonight's stream. Tonight we're coming from Hockenheim, number 77, with the Formula Retro Series. This is the championship you've been watching for a number of races. This is round 5. And, well, we're currently 5th in the standings. We're away off 4th place, some 20 odd points, I think. I'm not sure who is 4th. But 5th place, 6th and 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th and so on are much further behind. And so I'm sure they won't be catching me. And one of those people that is just behind me is Rob Thompson. And he's here in the chat. Are you there, Rob?
I am, mate.
He is.
How are you doing, Mr. J10?
I'm pretty good, thanks. I'm pretty good. And now when I say Rob's much further behind, it's about 6 points, I think, that covers myself in 5th place all the way down to something like 11th. I'm not sure where Rob is, but he's in that gaggle of drivers there where only a few points or a good finish here at Hockenheim will make quite a difference to the mid-order standings in the series. All about consistency with the retros, isn't it, Rob?
Yes, they are quite punishing at times.
Okay, so the server is just ending the practice session, so I'm going to roll the intro that we always have on the J-Turn streams. Please do say hello in chat. I can see the chats as usual, and I'll pass the messages on to Rob Thompson, my arch nemesis, who we're hopefully going to beat tonight. But I have to say, he gave me a really nice setup, which I'm using, so maybe it's justification if he beats me, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so any moment now the server's going to roll over, I think, to race. Rob, if you're there, do you want to make yourself admin, sir, just in case it's needed? I always forget, and then once we're live on stream, probably not a good idea. I broadcast a password to everybody.
No.
Now you can see, viewers, those times there. We've got Paolo Frazzo currently first in the practice session, at least. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of anybody else. Trying to remember who we had on earlier that was very quick. Might have been Paolo, but we haven't got Zaphod. Zaphod is usually the well, he's won every single race so far, the first 4 rounds, and he's not on the server as yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Dionysus Pharos was second in practice. I managed to get into third. Matt Cook and Rob Thompson were just a tenth or so behind. There was hardly anything in it. Aaron Schmidt, Kieran Satanowicz, Chris Kazikowicz, probably ruined that name, Kazmakiewicz, probably better. Jim Gorman's here tonight as well. He's in 9th in practice. 10th was Franco Sestari. Somebody just left the server, not sure who it was. And Pacisco's 11th. But here we go. We're going to go off to qualifying. Now, Rob unfortunately has to put up with my constant babble, just like you guys do on the stream. So we're hopefully not going to put him off too much. He says it means that he won't randomly interrupt me, which the millions of viewers I get would obviously hate to happen. So yeah. Sorry if I put you off at all, Rob.
Well, like I say, mate, it's a good excuse.
Yeah, got to get those excuses in early, definitely. Now, I've gone and forgot to turn on the game audio. There we go, I can hear my engine now, that helps. So if you are watching tonight, please do say hello in chat.
Yeah, you mentioned before, Fast Guys, Marcel Wolf.
Yes, that was it. He's not on the server. Marcel Wolf was on earlier, and he was really quick. Cheers for that, Rob. Yes, Marcel's on in practice. Much quicker than everybody else, I think, although Paolo Frazao is doing some quality laps at the moment. And Zaphod, forgotten Zaphod's surname. Can you remember Zaphod's surname, the guy that always wins? Or has always won so far? You there, Rob? Can you remember his... Oh, I went and muted myself on Discord, Rob. You couldn't hear me talking to you. I was asking, can you remember what Zaphod's surname is?
Oh, no.
No, neither can I.
With his first name, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember Zaphod from Zaphod Beeblebrox and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, for those that are old enough to know that series. But yeah, so if you're watching, say hello in chat, please let me know if the audio bounce is not so good, if the engine is drowning out either myself or Rob. We'll try and give that a little bit of tweaking.
Just a word on the audio.
Yes, sir.
I can hear myself.
So you can hear... I'm broadcasting you, am I? Back to you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's all I can say. Is it really bad, or is it just slight, or...?
No, I mean, I'm not going to be going on any sort of diatribes about racing sounds or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've had
a delayed swear word now.
Fair enough. I've definitely had that issue before, which is why I used to be on TeamSpeak for race department races and stopped broadcasting what people said in TeamSpeak, not because it was too profane or anything like that, but because there would be this weird feedback loop going on. I think it was my microphone. I do use a headset, but my son, who's now 9 years old, but when he wasn't 9 years old, managed to yank the end off my headphone, and I soldered it back on, but I think I crossed the wire somewhere. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a problem, Rob, or are you going to be alright?
No, sorry, mate. Not to worry.
Right, well, we're coming to the end of our outlap. So as usual, we do a commentary on our first flying lap. If we can stick it, we will stick. So, accelerate out the last corner. Here we go. Over the start finish line. We've just come out of the pits. Hopefully they'll get our way 2 cars out of the pits. Q and Sotano is hopefully going to pull over. Must be getting blue flags. We'll have the slipstream though. Nice little toe off Q and hopefully he backs off to let me pass in a moment. He has done indeed. Nice work, Q and awesome assistance there. So second gear around T1. We're braking just before it's on your board, having braking down to second gear, locking up a little bit. We hold on to it, lifting the throttle to get the turn in and powering out. Now the toe will have helped us with the good first sector time, but that chicane wasn't up to much, to be honest. Good job, Q and gave us the turn. Another long straight, all about low downforce here. Just down 1 gear, feathering the throttle till we got the turn in and nailing it. This setup is absolutely beautiful. Rob Thompson got it. It's all of his own making. Definitely hasn't downloaded it off the time trial server at all. But no, it's a quality setup. And if you're new to AMS, a good place to start with setups is you can go into time trial mode. So any official content you can drive in time trial mode. And you can also download the setups from the leaderboard in there. Now some people disable their setups being uploaded. I can't remember how that's done, but it is possible. So not all of the leaderboard times will have a setup available. But from my experience, it's probably maybe 2 out of 10 that don't. 80% do have the setup available. So yeah, great place to start for setup. So I've pretty much talked all the way over the first lap. And you don't know, haven't had any sort of commentary on it really. We are coming to the end. It wasn't a bad one. See how we do in lap 2. Second gear once more, a little bit wide, just in track limits, car bumping over the curb, it's good. Oh, Natter86 is here. Hello, Natter. Tuning in tonight, sir. Rob, say hello to Natter.
Hi, Natter.
We've got, if you haven't been watching for too long, Natter, we've got Rob Thompson, my arch nemesis. Great driver, great race companion. He's in the voice chat tonight as well. So you might hear the odd curse, or probably hear twice as many curse words, given that we'll both probably spin at least once and be swearing about.
Along with my limited vocabulary, you'll be watching.
That very fast right-hander, we're 10th down. We've got Aaron Schmidt behind us. He's far enough back, but not been his way. He's currently 3rd or down to second gear, trying to keep it tidy in the first bit to get a good exit. Not great. Fractionally quicker though. Maybe a 10th up from being a 10th down. Down to second gear, get it tucked in. Once it is, feed the power in, and we're into the stadium section. Down to first gear, trying to wipe the speed off nearly too fast. We just about hold on to it. We're definitely quicker. 7 tenths up. Oh, running wide. Just about make it stick. And we're up to 4th. Good fourth corner. Enough fuel for 3.2 more laps. Well, I was going to say a rude word there. We've messed up that corner. So Aaron Smith's coming through. We will let him come through. That's completely ruined our laugh. Mr. Wolf is back on the server. He is behind as well. Keep out of his way. Currently we've got 12 on the server tonight, so it should be a reasonable race.
On your left, clear.
No, temp car from Mr. Wolf when he just joined. That will turn back into the proper car as soon as I go back to pits. How you doing, Rob? You haven't got time on the board yet, you're struggling.
I am struggling, mate.
Get invalidations or something like that you keep getting. Track limit violations.
You could say that. You could say I keep crashing.
That is another way of putting it. Just thinking, Rob, if you're getting feedback from my microphone, do you want me to put it back to push to talk? That's a quick change I can do if you want.
You can do it, mate. Yeah.
Well, it depends whether it's affecting you or not, really, to be honest.
No, not really. I mean, I'll leave my talk to important moments.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, once more over the start finish line, we'll do a better job. First corner feels good. Just into the green on the delta bar. It was good for the character speed down the long straight towards the chicane. We're about a tenth.
Are you taking second through the stadium section?
Yes. First through the tightest corner after the corner that takes you into the stadium section, I'm in second gear, I think, yes. And then the next corner, which is the tightest, I'm in first. With my gear ratios.
Yeah, that's what I'm struggling.
Oh, it's a good corner, we're 3/10 up. Puts us close to Mr. Wolf. Surprised he's always down there. Look at the Cookie Monster there, up in third place, 8/10 ahead of me. Lost a bit of time, but got a good exit. Can we pull it back a bit? AMS Unofficial here. Dave's tuned in. Dave's here, Rob. Hello to Dave.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, and I've just got him stuffed up the corner with the excitement of Dave being here. Hit him, Rob, hard, he says. He's encouraging bad sportsmanlike behaviour. That's disgraceful from the AMS Unofficial representative there on how to have words with the senior management. Put that Dave on a reprimand. And we have got enough fuel for one more lap. I think we're going to stick out for it. There's only 4 minutes on the clock, which means I'd only get an outlap and one flyer anyway. Bit of a bumpy first corner, but we make it through. We've got time on the board now. 8 at the moment. Good, 3/10 up. This is what happened on the last lap. We binned it coming into the stadium. Mind you, we might be 3/10 up, but we're still 6/10 down off the leader in the first sector alone. A little disheartening to say the least. We'd be 6/10 down in the first sector, and the first sector only involves one corner plus a chicane. Over the curbs, but we're still up. Lost a bit of time, 3/10 up now. Monster done a really impressive lap there, 8/10 ahead. tenths up. That's not going to improve our position. It will secure it somewhat. Oh, it does improve our position. We've got such a poor exit on our last corner on our previous fastest lap that despite only being 4 tenths up as we exited, we're now 8 tenths up and we've snuck our way up to just 4 hundredths behind the Cookie Monster. Now there's not enough time to do another lap, so let's go and watch Rob Thompson, who I think is still out on track. Try not to distract him, but we are going to give a bit of commentary as he goes over the start finish line into turn 1 then. Can he improve on his place at the moment? He's coming in 6th place, a little wide, keeps it in check. Any track violation there, Rob? Was that alright?
No, but quarter of a second down.
No, quarter of a second down in turn 1, but that still can be made up. Rob did put in better times, I think, than this in previous practice session. So he's doing alright, 6th place. He needs 6 tenths to make any difference. It would secure his position over Mr. Kazakmakowicz, I think was the name. Line 7th place just behind him. It was a good chicane, looked very tidy. Yes, it's a new PB, so despite being a quarter of a second down, he absolutely nailed that chicane. As he screams down to the very fast 4th gear, right hand corner, touch of brake, turns in, nails the throttle, gets it turned in there. Very nicely balanced, running very close to the grass on exit, but that looked quick indeed. So second sector split will be coming up, I think, after the chicane. It is ahead of Rob Thompson. Here he goes now, braking zone about now. Down to 2nd gear, bit of curb on the inside, that looks tidy. Can he nail the throttle? That looks very tidy. Come on, Rob, this is looking good. Let's look at the split time now. Should come up any moment. Go back in, car with him, driver's viewpoint. Still, he has improved 3 tenths up. Oh, a big slide, but he controls it. That might cost him though. Can he nail the stadium sector? Down to 1st gear. Gets it tucked in, a little bit of lock up, but it's okay. Powers out. Twitch on exit. He's still controlling it. He's fighting that car every inch of the way. He knows he's got to put everything into this lap, but I think it's over. You've overtried it, haven't you? You've over-egged it on there on the stadium. That's such a shame, Rob. It was looking good up to there. Up until the turn into the stadium, which is where I lost it on my fastest lap as well. Looking really nice and tidy. So it's unfortunate. So let's go through the standings. The clock's at 0, so it's probably not going to change again, although anybody out on track can still put a lap in if they're on a hot lap. So currently we have Paolo Frazzo in 1st place, pole position for him. A full second, give or take, 9 tenths at least anyway, over Erwin Schmidt. Erwin, cool, calm and consistent man that he is, it will be on the front row. We've got Cookie Monster behind him, a nice lap from the Cookie Monster. 1.2 seconds off the lead, a 53.8. Marcel Wolf just behind, 153.9 for him. Sorry, I missed out myself. Matt Cook, and then myself, and then Marcel Wolf in 5th place. Rob Thompson brings home 6th, and Chris Kazmakowicz in 7th. Dionysus Ferros, he was very quick in practice, so surprised he's there. I thought he would have done a little bit better. He's in 8th. Jim Gorman 9th. Pochiskin 10th. Franco Sestari in 11th, and Kewin Satanowicz brings home 12th. So see if anybody's out on track, but I don't think there is. How many decent laps would you say you actually got where you didn't have a spin or a wall involved or anything like that, Rob? Did you? Because you seemed a bit hamstrung at the beginning with spins and stuff.
Yeah, I was struggling. I got a couple of decent laps in. That last lap that bollocks up, I was at one point half a second faster than my personal best, so a bit disappointing, but
well, it's my target is always to try and be in the top half. We're both in the top half, given that there's 12 and you're in 6th place, so unless that changes, we're both in the top half. But as we know, well, certainly I know, and anybody who's watched these retro streams where I've done previous races, it's all about the not spinning. And I am yet to do a retro race where I haven't spun. I've spun every one. Have you managed to stay on the black stuff for a whole race yet with the retro, Rob, or have you ended up spinning on all of yours as well?
Ooh, now you're asking. No.
No, you think you've spun on all of them, do you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is a tricky beast. What tends to happen, I mean, I have to say, of all the cars I've driven in Automobilista, these have probably required the most concentration to be quick. And there's not a lot of difference between being quick and being facing the wrong way, I think. You've only got to get a little bit wiggly and it they're pretty unforgiving. So yeah. But we've got a 3-minute warm-up session before we go to race. We're going to adjust that fuel level.
That first gear.
First gear in the stadium section.
No, you said first gear needed 1 click down.
Yes, if you I haven't practiced actually. You better go and do a practice start.
Deep breath, nice and easy.
Yeah, with the first gear, Rob and I are using the same setup. He's borrowed the gear ratios from my setup, and I borrowed everything else from his setup. So obviously the setup all down to me. Yeah, first gear is meant to be set up so that when the tyres are cold, they will just light up. So let's give that a go. No, it's bogging down a little bit. We'll give it one more quick test start. So it might need one less click on the old gear ratio. Well, that wasn't too bad actually. I might leave it alone, but it's probably 50-50 to whether I bog down or not. Are you doing one less click, are you, Rob?
Caution.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you get any heat in those tyres, they will not light up. But given that we don't do a formation lap or anything like that, then yeah. But I think this track's maybe got slightly higher grip level than some of the others we've been doing. Let's see what our current track usage is. Yes, it's currently showing up as heavy. Damage multiplier tonight is 25%, so as usual, pretty low. We allow auto clutch and auto shifting, and I think we even allow ABS on low and traction control on low. So if you are watching and thinking about getting involved, then it's a good place to start, because you can have enough of the driving aids to hopefully keep you on the track, but not so many of them that you're not really learning anything. Great race will be this Wednesday, the Caterham Fund. Can't remember where the Caterhams are coming from this Wednesday, but last week at Spa, an absolute awesome race. Let's have a look at some of these messages. There's lots of messages from Rob. From Dave rather. Let's see. Sounds like the Pope, lol. I'm not sure. Do I sound like? Oh, Rob sounds like the Pope, maybe. I don't know. Boo, Rob, boo, because we were watching you. That's very, very unsportsmanlike. Go, Jim, our beloved streamer. That's the sort of message I like. Yeah, come on, Dave. I'm expecting much more abuse to Rob, based on your normal level of messaging. Truthfully, he's usually pretty good. Although we often do, on the occasions where we've battled hard, for some reason, Dave seems to not come out on your side, Rob. So, you know, maybe you should talk to him about that. There's obviously some issues he's got there.
I know, I must have done something to him in a past life.
Oh, he says, by the way, if you close your legs, Rob, then the echo should disappear from the stream. Alright, we've got just 30 seconds left of a warm-up, and then we'll be out. So Rob's going for one less click on first gear. It's probably a good choice, but I like my tall first gear for that hairpin, so I'm going to leave it alone and probably bog down. You'll be right behind me on the grid, I think, Rob, given we're 2 places apart.
Yeah.
So if I get
punt position.
So if Hot Rob taps me in the rear in the woods, then yeah, we know who to blame. Right, so we should be rolling over any moment now. Let's go and quickly look at how many viewers we have got. Oh, we've got a whole 2 million. Not many people tuning in tonight. Usually get a few more once the race actually starts, so fingers crossed. Dave says he's kidding and he loves us both very much.
Oh, really? Tell him to get the dinner on.
Yeah, get the dinner on, Dave. Get the dinner on. Dave, you should be out on track with us. Can't remember the reason why Dave doesn't race with us. I think it's time zone related, possibly. I can't remember. Anyway, the server has just rolled over to race, so we'll do our last check on fuel. 60 litres for me, Rob. What are you taking?
65.
Probably a wise move. I'm taking 60. I am usually lean on the old fuel, but let's hope that remains the case.
I like to drink a few litres after the race is done.
Excellent. Now looks like there's only one, well there's 3 green lights, but it looks like they're all going to come on at the same time and go off at the same time, just one starting light tonight. 20 seconds now. Cookie Monster's on track with his blue and yellow car. Paolo Frazo's out as well in pole position. Can't remember who's in front of me. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. He's getting out on track. There's Erwin. Right. Let's hope everybody takes it easy into turn 1 and lap 1. We're ready to go.
Jesus, that was fast.
Yeah, pretty, very quick. Nice and steady. Rob's on my outside, I think. Was that you on my outside, sir? Was it Mr. Wolf, was it? I knew somebody was there. He's got my slipstream, whoever it was. Well, not going to defend too hard. He's got the slipstream, he's going to carry the speed straight like that to the inside. Whoa! Alright, I think I'm okay. Well, I'm facing the right way. Oh, and I've gone and spun it myself. Darn it. Did you get punted, Rob? Or were you doing the punting?
I was doing the punting and first.
Oh, no worries. No worries, we're going again. Right, we've got everything to race for now. Let's go and catch up with the rest of the group. Now we might have the advantage here of being out of any remaining trouble as the pack enters the stadium section. Try and keep it clean and consistent, get into a rhythm and make some headway back into this pack. 7 seconds to get now. Everybody's pretty much together apart from myself off the back, so hopefully we can catch them up. We'll have everything to race for. Francesco spun. He's now just 3 seconds ahead. So, good thing is though, I've done my spin for the race, that was the 1. So, that means I've now got 27 minutes of quality driving ahead.
Jesus.
We're getting a bit nerve-wracking up there.
This guy's lagging all over the place and he just parked on the 8th place in the first
Oh dear. Monsters like butter. He's squished all over second position, Dave says. And he's up there with the leaders, trying to chase down Aaron Smith. Well, not really chase down because Cookie Monster is right there, just 4 tenths, give or take, separating the two at the moment. That's second and third place, Aaron Schmidt and the Cookie Monster. Paolo Frazo's pretty much disappearing off into the distance, I would think. We've got a 3-second gap over second place, Aaron. There is live timing you can access. I can't remember the URL, but if you go to amsunofficial.net, there will be a link to the live timing server, and you can see all that information, well, a lot of the information that I've got on my HUDs, etc., for yourself. I should probably put that link in the description, shouldn't I, Rob?
Yeah, I was.
In the stadium section. Satano says DNF'd, yeah. So that means I'm not last anymore.
Jesus.
Or is it just lagging, Rob? Mr. Sestari?
Yeah. Scaring the shit out of me.
It's not what you need at 170 mile an hour, is it?
Just bumped him then.
Well, you're ahead now, so hopefully with a bit of luck, pull out a safe bit of breathing space. We'll see what his ping's like for me. I'm just closing in on the pair.
Oh, for
Yeah, he didn't. Oh no, Rob. Keep out of the wall if you can. Yeah, his ping's in the 500s, isn't it?
Where's he playing from? The moon?
Just missed your breaking point on the fast islander.
Yeah.
Just taking it easy as we caught up with Pochisk and Mr. Sestari's got the very high ping in the stadium section, so we'll take it steady. Look to make a move on the straights. That's a bit safer. Push Pochisk in turn one. Run wide. He'll now get my slipstream. Always brings now in the 600s, more than a little nerve-wracking. Nice pass, 3 pass by Pochisk. Run wide though. I can just shake him out my slipstream, we should be okay. Oh, it's Rob bloody Thompson sneaking through. Didn't expect that. I heard it on my right hand side. I thought, oh, I'll just get slipstream back again. Rob Thompson, 2 for the price of 1, was it, sir?
It was.
Rob does me on the brakes. Can we pick up his slipstream again? Don't be scared, Rob, don't be scared. I know I am.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think that's the driver because that's the lag. Go on, you got him. Well done, I'll have him as well, hopefully. Plenty of curb.
Oh, it's going to come back up, isn't it?
Let's block him in. Roadblock. Nailed it. Come on, Rob, I'll tell you. Let's break away. Like they do in the Tour de France breakaway group. Jim Gorman 8 seconds up ahead. Rob Thompson's on my tail.
I'm not going to fight you, Jim. Let's try catch the next penalty.
Oh no, Jim.
Oh shit, I'm not going to fight you at all.
Oh no.
Because it's crashing.
Oh no, mate. I'm going to say, if anybody gets side by side, then I don't be a dick about it. So same applies to you, sir. I'll just take you out. Some people defend really hard. I tend not to. One, you tend to start losing a lot of time. Two, as soon as I start driving offline, I tend to start making a lot more mistakes, and those mistakes can cost you a race rather than just a position. So I usually let the driver make the move, hopefully tuck in behind them, maybe return move on then. A lot of curb in turn one. Now's our chance to try and break away from Rob Thompson. He's done a very quick recovery from your spin, sir. Whoa, completely missed my braking spot. We just held on to that. Bottoming out ever so slightly on this fast right-hander. .2 seconds to Jim Gorman. Minutes left on the clock indeed. 18 and a half now. And amazingly, we haven't blown up an engine yet in the whole of the series. Done a few in practice, but nothing in race. Touch wood, we can keep that going. All it takes is a miss shift, usually on downshift. Good first corner. 6 seconds down the gap to Jim Gorman.
Are you closing the gap?
I did on that lap, about a second on that lap.
Nice.
Nice rhythm going now, approaching the halfway point. Car's feeling good, thanks to the setup from Rob and the gear ratios that I added.
This guy must be playing on a keyboard or something.
The guy with the big ping?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because, well, possibly. The way it often works with high ping is that you've got half a second ping there, which means that every half a second the computer basically treats the car as AI until it gets another bit of data telling it where the car is on track. So if he's not in the usual position where the computer would drive, then that's why you get it kind of lurching side to side. It could be keyboard, I guess.
Oh, I've spun again because of it.
Oh, unlucky, mate. I wonder if there's a setting where, on the server, where you can make it so that anything above half a second is not allowed on the server or something. It probably is, to be honest. Usually 3 or 4 tenths of a second is usually okay. But half a second is a bit much. making inroads on Jim Gorman now. We can see him up ahead. 3 seconds the gap, 3.3. Knocks it down to 4th. Lost a bit of time somewhere along the line. These Formula Retros, the tyres wear really well, as in they don't wear very much at all. So we'll find, hopefully, as the fuel drains off and the track gets even more rubbered in, our lap times might start to drop a little. Twitches will try to slow down in the stadium. Ooh, curbs. Don't want to touch the curbs here at Hockenheim. Very big, very unsettling for the car. I keep doing it on turn 1 over and over again. A lot of smoke from Jim Gorman in turn 1 as well. Maybe we're getting a slipstream. Quite.
Well, that sums up my race.
Oh, what's happened? Spin again.
Awful lap, but 1 second faster than I've done previously.
Oh, that was scary. You lose front end grip when you're tucked in behind somebody on that fast right-hander, Rob. I nearly ran very wide and I wasn't even going as fast as I normally do. So watch out if you're following anybody. You still there, Rob, or have I managed to mute my mic?
No, I'm still here. I'm just dejected.
Oh no, mate. Oh, Jim Gorman's made a mistake. We'll pick up a position. That's a shame because I was looking forward to a nice little battle with Jim. A nice driver. Very fair. Good to be on track with him.
Yeah, Jim's a good lad.
You're in peace then.
12 minutes on the clock. Come on, Rob, you can still make up a position or two from there. People make a lot of mistakes on these. Keep going. Jim Gorman and Prochisk are both neck and neck, really, so you can close that 17-second gap about a second of that. You'll be up there.
I wish my crew chief was as supportive as you. He just swears at me.
Well, in practice and quali, we were very similarly paced, and I've just been pulling in 2.5 to 3 seconds a lap on Jim Gorman. So, even though he did just make a mistake, but even discounting that, I was pulling back at least 2 seconds a lap. So you definitely got a chance, mate. Just watch if you're tucked in behind on the very fast right-hander, that you don't start disappearing off to the grass. So Mr. Farros ahead now, closing the gap ever so slightly, 5 seconds left. It was 6 seconds, I think, when I last looked, so we're making a little bit of inroad. And still 6, we'll be back to where we were when we... Watch out, Jim. Nearly crashing, back to where we were in qualifying. There he is, we see him as we enter the stadium.
Well, taken nearly 2 seconds out on this one.
Keep that pace up then, Rob. Get into that. Sometimes you just fall into a rhythm, don't you, and it works well, and sometimes you just don't ever seem to find it, so... I'd blame this guy who's whittling in your ear holes all the time. It's for distracting you. Ah, Christoph Mavellan, thank you for tuning in again, sir. He says, hello everybody, hola. Christoph, we've got Rob Thompson, my nemesis, my arch rival, with us in the voice chat tonight. Say hello, Rob.
Ooh, how you doing, mate?
Oh, I'd say that was bad timing, was it? A bad distraction for Rob. Looked like we may have caused him a scary moment. Did you survive?
Turn 1, yeah. Bit too much curve.
A bit too much curve, almost airborne. Well, he survived, fortunately. And we've got to focus and try and catch Mr. Farros. The gap increased to almost 6 seconds again. And our first sector was nearly a second down, so we didn't do very well. Let's see if we can pick this back up. Just 9 minutes, 10 seconds, give or take, on the clock. Half missed the brake pedal as I was trying to heel toe. Nearly didn't brake at all. Given that was the tightest corner on the circuit, that was not a good idea. .2 seconds down the gap. Says we're going to catch him in 12 laps if we keep up the present rate of closing in on Dionysus Pharos. But we haven't got 12 laps, unfortunately. We've probably got 6 at best.
Yeah, I'm struggling with front end turning. I think it's because I left half of my nose.
Ah, have you lost a bit of front wing?
Have to come crowbar it out of your gearbox after the race.
Not going to be worth pitting, is it? You lose too much time. Fast in the early stage of that game, which meant our exit speed was very poor. Five seconds still the gap between myself and Mr. Pharos. At 8 now, closing, but that's nowhere near enough. I think we're going to need a mistake from Mr. Pharos for some absolutely startling lap times for myself.
Who's Jim gone off?
No one still on?
No, it's
What, Jim Gorman?
Jim Gorman. No, it's not. It's Hockeysk.
Dave, is there on the stream, I can see you typing chat messages. Is there echo? Is there lots of feedback on the stream? If there is, apologies. I know Rob is getting echo from me. But I wouldn't have thought you guys would be experiencing that, so if you are, let me know. Nothing I can do about it now, but I'll let them.
Excuse me. Oh, I picked up a freebie there.
.4 seconds now, the gap between me and Mr. Faros. Definitely closing, but I don't think it's enough. He needs to make a mistake. Trying to push a little bit harder without triggering a lot of mistakes. It cost us time rather than gain us time. Jim Robin's 11 seconds behind, so we're fairly safe from him. All wide, but we survive. 3.3 seconds now the gap. Catching 4 laps, it said. I reckon we've got 3 left. Pressure him into a mistake. Oh, very sketchy through that corner, pushing a little bit too hard. It looks like Mr. Faros made a mistake though, because he's lost all momentum on exit and there was a cloud of dirt. And of course the star is left. .7. .5, good first corner. Carried the speed. Dave, you're watching. You never responded about the echo. There's that echo on the stream, sir. Oh, you're just referring to the echo that Rob is experiencing? I'm hoping there's no echo on the stream. You're watching, anybody, let me know. Right on the limit. Closing that gap, 2 seconds now. Go, Jim, 6th place. Yes, thank you, Christoph. We're trying. Hammering through the H pattern. Wide again. 1.3 seconds a gap. we pick up some slipstream? Not from back here, we won't. Clock's about to hit 0. Here we go. This lap and one more. One second between us. Revving right to the limiter, trying to close in.
Oh, Jim Gorman's had an incident. 2 seconds in front now.
Six-tenths. Last lap. Oh, I've blown my fucking engine. Oh, yeah. I have. Last flipping lap. Misshift. Went for third and hit first.
I knew you jinxed yourself.
Feck. Well, yeah, I thought when I was saying it earlier in the stream, I thought, oh, jinxed myself. Oh, flipping last lap, first corner. I guess it's better. Well, if it'd been on the last corner, I could have coasted over the bloody line. Ah, well, there's another bonus place for you, Rob. I'm still going down the long straight towards the first chicane.
To be honest with you, Jim.
Oh, you do. Mistake, doesn't matter.
That first lap punt, that was awful.
No, I'm right. You're coming up on me. I'm on the right. I'll go on the grass. I'll get out of your way because you're slipstreaming. There you go. Bagger. Absolute bagger. Will you come round on the final lap and push me over the line?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just so you don't get that DNF.
Oh. Yeah, you don't get any points for DNF, do you? Or do you? Can't remember.
I don't think so.
Oh. Bagger.
Oh, that was a nice pass. I will take that.
Oh, we will go back to the pits because we have failed. We're going to go and watch Rob on his last lap. Come on, Rob. You have done a cracking job of pulling this race back. Jim Gorman's managed to fight his way through, breaking into the chicane. Rob's right on his tail. He's going to get the slipstream, but they're side by side. Oh, there's a little Rob. Keep it together, Rob. Come on. Bit of wall rubbing. He's made it. Jim Gorman backed off there, I think. The gentleman racer that he is, he's backed off and he's allowed Rob to retake the position. He could have just driven off into the distance, but Jim Gorman is a gentleman racer and it's fantastic stuff to see that. So Rob Thompson and Jim Gorman nose to tail as they go to the stadium section. I think Rob will keep hold of this as long as he doesn't make any big mistakes, but I don't want to curse him like I cursed myself when I said I haven't yet to blow an engine in this retro series, and then I go and do it. But it looks like Rob's got this sewn up as he comes to the last corner any moment now. Onto the start-finish straight, and a fantastic 7th place for Rob. I think that's even improvement on your qualifying position, Rob. Well done, sir. Great work.
One down on me qualifying.
Oh, is it one down on qualifying? Well, that's nonetheless.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, you finished. You finished, and I was unfortunately unable to, due to my flipping misshift. I was tucked in. The first time I'd got Mr. Farris's slipstream, the absolute first time, we just got white flag, and I rushed the shift, and with the H pattern that comes with the G27, it's not very there's not much tactile feedback on it. And so,
no.
That's a technical way of saying I fecked up. But there we go. So we're going to go through the final standings then. Aaron Smith brings home a fantastic victory ahead of Paolo Frazzo by 7 seconds. So, well, I hesitate to say comfortable because nothing's comfortable in these retros, but he's managed to keep it together. And we've got Marcel Wolf in 3rd place, the Cookie Monster in 4th. Consistency. It looks like he's gone back a few places. He was fighting for 2nd at one point, but Mr. Consistent brings home 4th place. Dionysus Pharos, who we were trying to take 5th place off. I think it was Dionysus. Yes, it was. So somebody else must have had a DNF on the last lap. I don't know what happened because I was fighting for 6th, and now Dionysus has got 5th, and he was in 6th, I think. I don't know. Anyway, Dionysus got 5th. Chris Kazmakowicz got 6th. Rob Thompson brings home 7th. Jim Gorman 8th. Me with the bloody blown engine brings home 9th. Wojcicki 10th, but I got a DNF, so I don't think I'll pick up any points for that, unfortunately. Franco Sestar brings home the 11th, and Kuhn Satanowicz brings home 12th. Oh. What a frustrating finish, but a good fun race. Rob, you fought your way back. You have a nice little battle at the end there, I think, with Jim Gorman. A bit of contact, but Jim did the gentlemanly thing, as far as I could tell, anyway.
He did, yeah. There's a top bloke.
Indeed.
Well, yeah, I don't deserve that result.
Well.
Punching you on the first lap.
Oh, shit happens. Do not worry about it. Well, that's it. Beyond honesty, I think I've done 2 spins on almost every race, so I was doing quite well. So I kind of was due a blown engine, especially after I cursed it at the start. But it's been a good race. I've enjoyed it. Frustrating finish for myself. Rob's done pretty good. Cookie Monster's done well, so we'll have to check out the standings later on. If you want to race with AMS Unofficial, their service is completely free. They're not password protected. Regular events Monday, Wednesday, Friday series we're running at the moment, and alternate days are usually some kind of group event with another community group that AMS Unofficial works with. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Sorry I disappoint you by destroying that last lap battle that I was going to have with Dionysus by blowing my engine up, but yeah, I cursed it, so it had to happen. Thank you very much for watching, Rob. Do you want to say good night, Rob?
Good night, Rob.
I knew that was coming. Thank you very much, Rob, for pitching in and being there, putting up with my nonsense. And yeah, cheers, viewers, for watching. Good night.